What is up, everybody? Hope all you guys are having a wonderful week so far. By the way, happy hat day to all of you guys. I sorry I didn't wear a hat. Didn't find out till a few minutes ago. It is my absolute pleasure and honor to do this video with a good friend of mine. I met this friend back in 2021 when I worked for the Hawks. Um, I'm just going to get the intro out of the way. My guest tonight on Main Event Baseball with Ryan is former Montana State Yellow Jacket college baseball player, former Billings Mustangs baseball player, Billings own, as I should say, and as well my great friend Jalen Garcia. Jalen, thank you so much for taking this time with me tonight for this interview.
You bet, man. So good to be here. Let's have some fun.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. So Jalen, I'm just gonna shoot it right at you. The audience knows a little bit about you. There is a lot of my audience that does not. So just take the time to introduce yourself and everything you want to say.
Yeah, like he said, I'm from Billings, Montana. Really cool, just like God story on how I even ended up playing professional baseball. But yeah, I played for the New England Knockouts last year. I'm signed to go play in the new Baseball United League this coming February for the Karachi Monarchs. So that's exciting. And yeah, so that's who I am. Yeah, I've been playing ball for, I think this is my fifth year pro ball.
Oh wow, and yes, guys. Also, if you want to know the really, it's a really good story on Jalen. I have it down in the link below. But we're going to get right to the questions. Question one, Jalen. Growing up as a kid, what sports did you play? I mean, we all, of course, baseball. But was there any other sports did you play growing up?
Yeah, I played everything. I played soccer even until I think I was 9, but then in high school I played football and basketball and I loved all of them. Honestly, I don't even like being a one sport athlete. I wish I could have played all of them forever. But yeah, football, basketball, and baseball were kind of my main ones.
Sweet. And then what did growing up? I'm gonna have this follow up question. If baseball did not work out for you, and you could choose another sport you played growing up, what would it be?
Ooh, probably basketball. I loved basketball.
Uh, I love that.
Yeah,
It's
big
great.
basketball guy.
And all that. So, but yeah, getting to our next questions. As you guys heard, Jalen is from Billings, Montana. Billings Mustangs was a minor league team before the COVID hit. It was actually rookie ball. So, of course, with you growing up in Billings and from Billings, did you go to any Billings Mustangs growing up?
I went to a ton. I grew up watching them. I was in like they call it the knot hole gang, where like you
Yeah,
just like I think you
absolutely.
paid a certain amount and you went, and it was super cheap, and my family would go all the time. And it was honestly loved it so much. Probably one of the biggest reasons I just kept playing and kept my it probably fed my dream a lot. So I loved it.
And then I just gotta ask you again. Did you ever think, as you know, as a kid going to these games, that you would actually be putting on a Billings Mustangs uniform?
No, not a shot in the dark. And even the way it happened too, like, I wasn't even drafted by the Reds or anything, and just the
Right.
way it happened was so cool. So it was so special. Such a special time.
And all that. So, and then what, growing up, I mean, Billings, going to Mustangs games, there's got to be, other than watching the game as a fan, there's got to be something that was your favorite part. So, what was your favorite part? Um, I mean, of course, watching the game, but was there anything like as a kid going to those games that you loved most?
Yeah, there was a lot I remember still too. Whether it was like they had like the Papa John's special seats, like these big lounge chairs they'd sit in.
Oh yeah,
People would get someone would be selected every game, and then there was like I remember they played the YMCA song, and like they had like the workers would be like doing cartwheels doing the YMCA, and it was so fun, it was so cool, and yeah, I loved all that.
that sounds like a great time and all of that. But yeah, we're going to get right to our next question. As I said in the intro, and of course you heard Jalen went to Montana State University, that is in Billings, Montana, and that is actually on the exact same field the Mustangs play on, which is pretty cool as well. So, what did you study at Montana State? Did you like pursue anything?
Yeah, I got a degree in business marketing.
Okay, and all that,
Hmm.
and then yeah. So another question: was there anything special about Montana State that you liked? Like, what was something about that university that you, if you could, like 10 years down the road, share a story with, like anything
Yeah,
particular?
obviously it was nice to be in my hometown, kind of play for my hometown team.
Hmm.
But also like even just, our coaching staff at the time was amazing. And like my senior year, we won the school's first conference title. We got an
Right.
at-large bid to a regional. And we were just a really, really good baseball team, really well coached. You actually know Aaron Sutton. He was
It
my head
went
coach.
very well. Yeah.
And he's a great guy. And so, man, I can't talk enough about how, just a great baseball experience I had there.
Oh, good. And then now in 2021, you and I got to know each other a little too much. But in 2022, you had two amazing opportunities in the Pioneer League. Number one, you got to play for your hometown team, but you were managed by former MLB manager Jim Wingelman. And a lot of people don't know who that is. When Brian Price got fired as Reds manager, Jim Wingelman took over. Now, what was that experience like? Not every independent baseball player can say that they are managed by a former MLB manager. So, what was it like to play for him?
Yeah, it was wonderful. And even, I saw people that find out I played in 22 is like, hey, you played for Jim Riggleman. And I'm like, yeah, like, how is that? And so, no, I can't attest enough to how just how good of a manager and just how good of a guy he is. Like he
Right.
still reach out to me. He'll say Happy New Year, hope you have a good year, or even this past year, I needed some advice for the team I was on, and just
Mhm.
some leadership advice. And he immediately sent me a long text about just is very wise and just very well thought out. And to have a resource like that in my path is it's awesome. And I feel like he had a really cool experience in 22 being in any ball, and yeah, he's just a really kind, humble guy, and to just
Mhm.
know that he's played and that he's coached at these super high levels, and it doesn't surprise me at all. He's just so cool-headed, and he knows the game like the back of his hand, and it was a wonderful experience. It was great.
Oh, great. And man, I wish I could have seen you play for him. That would have been a dream of mine. But and then our next question, of course, every baseball player has to have a sport they watch in the off season. What's your favorite sport to watch in the off season when you're not playing?
Well, I love the Lakers, big Lakers fan, but I also do love the Packers. And so, honestly, like once a week, man, you get excited about the Packers. That's fun. I'm looking forward to the playoff game coming up.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a big one actually. So uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and then as you know, Jalen is now in the Frontier League and all that. Frontier League, great league. I know a lot about it. But what is the difference between being in the Pioneer League and playing in the Frontier League? So, is there anything majorly different?
Yeah, I think the biggest difference I think on paper would just be like you travel a lot less. I
Mhm.
mean, you do go there's a lot of travel, but like it's not an 8-hour bus ride. It's not a
Right.
6-hour bus ride. Like the shortest ones I think in the Pioneer League are like the longest ones in the Frontier. I know there's some long ones now,
Yeah.
but yeah, and then the pitching's pretty good in the Frontier League. There's a lot of veterans. In the Pioneer League, they have age rules and experience rules. They want to
Mhm.
keep it a younger league. And so, you're facing guys who may have former big league time a little bit, or you've
Right.
got guys in your team who are in AAA, and so you have a lot of vets. Like a lot of times, I feel like I'm the older guy, being the fourth year in pro ball, but there's guys who are 35, 33, they're still playing, and it's really cool to see, and it's good to experience and just learn all these guys who have experience and how they play the game, and yeah, it's good to play against.
Right. And then I don't know. I just have a follow up question on that. Was there any teammate that you played with in the Frontier League that you like was a mentor to you? You looked up to?
Yeah, I mean, being one of the older guys, I'm kind of one of the vets in the team last year.
Yeah.
But even Liam was one of our pitchers this year. he was a little older than me, and he'd played in Mexico. He'd been around the league for a while, and me and him ended up being roommates a little bit. And just how professional to be. He was so professional on and off the field. He would make jokes, and yeah, like I feel like when you get experience in pro ball, be kind of you can be you just learn to be professional, or you kind of get out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All that. So, yeah, I love that story and all that. So, how did it feel? Now, before I ask this question, 2023 was the last time you and I saw each other, and we got a great photo on the field. I'll never remember that, always remember it. But how did it feel? I mean, come on, you played in the championship that year and all that. What a dream that must have been. Billings, hometown guy, and you're playing in a championship game on your home field. How did that feel? What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was really cool for the team to make it there, and just the way that they did it was amazing. I dealt with injuries almost the whole year, so it was tough. But it's cool to see the success of the Mustangs and see them just do well. And yeah, it's fun. Hopefully they can bring one home here soon too.
Absolutely, yes. I would love to see that. The Hawks can't do it. I'll cheer for Billings
There we go.
and all that. So, and then I have a few questions. These questions I did not send to you, so I do apologize. But
No problem.
as a baseball player, you always have to deal with the failure, and that's something that's never easy. So when you're in a slump or you're struggling, how do you deal with it, both on and off the field?
Yeah, it's hard. Everyone finds their own ways to deal with it. Having someone there to support you is huge.
Mhm.
Even my manager last year had to give me a little bit of a pep talk going through a little slump. But you just you pray. You can't press too much. If you stress too much, it's gonna make it worse.
Right,
You just gotta tell yourself it's another day, it's another game. Obviously you're a good player and it's not gonna last forever.
right,
And all it takes is one at bat and you're hot and you're good. So just sticking through the process, trusting God, and just
right,
trusting your abilities to just get you through it, and just not compounding things by stressing too much.
right. Yes, I love that. That's just great. And then Jalen, if you could be signed, if there was the opportunity that you were given a chance to play for any MLB organization, what organization would that be?
Definitely the Yankees. Definitely the Yankees.
Okay,
I'm a Yankees guy, and I think standing out there by Aaron Judge wouldn't be too bad. So
love to see that. Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they had a great run. And then, of course, my mom actually asked me this because my mom found a photo of you on the internet about it. You
Uh-oh.
black a lot, and I noticed it a lot. You wear the cross eye black, and if you're wearing regular eye black, you always have a cross in it. Can you? Is there a reason why you do that? And can you like elaborate more on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think us being athletes, I think that it's important for us. We're just playing a dumb game.
Yeah,
If there's some purpose, we're on a platform. There's thousands of people watching us,
yeah,
and not only is it a reminder for me of where I come from and how I even became playing, but just a reminder for say this kid sees me out there playing, and I have a cross on my cheek, and I'm playing the game the right way, I'm playing the game my hardest, and I'm acting right. It can be like, okay, like this guy's a believer. He loves Jesus, and
right,
he's playing the game right. Maybe there's something there. But yeah, and it's just a really good way for me to remember why I'm playing, remember who gave me the position that I was in, and yeah, just to remember that it's not about me.
yeah. I love hearing that. And then Jillian, I got to ask you because being an athlete, not just a baseball player, but an athlete in general, being on the road is tough. You have fans that are giving you a hard time, sometimes to be funny, but sometimes they really, really get to you. And I talk to a lot of athletes, and they say that's the very toughest part of their job. Is there anything you love about playing on the road in general? I mean, there's got to be something.
Yeah, I think there's things you can love and hate. Things that I love on the road, I love trying new experiences, obviously outside the field.
Hmm.
Playing on the field, though, I love when, say you hit a home run, the crowd gets silent, or even you do something really cool and you got the other team even cheering for you.
Yeah,
But even when people people are giving you crap or like trying to get in your head,
yeah,
even just like messing back a little bit, just to like joke around, because you can even make friends that way. But yeah, I mean, just to get past all that, you got to just drown it out. We play a bunch of games, and honestly, like the background's a background. If you play long enough, it's just a game of baseball, and you almost don't even notice the crowd half the time. So
yeah, and all that. But and then Jalen, I got this. This is a question everybody wants to know. What is next for Mr. Jalen Garcia?
yeah, like I said a little bit before, I got drafted in this new Baseball United League to play for the Karachi Monarchs. That's a new league just kicking up. It's based over in Dubai, and so February, I believe it's 14th, is when there's like a 2-week tournament starting. So I'll head there to play in Dubai. It's all set in Dubai for the first 2 weeks. And so I'm excited for that. I've been waiting for that for a couple of years now. Bartolo Colon's on my team, a lot of former big leaguers, so it'll be cool. It'll be great. And then my team, the New England Knockouts, picked up my contract option to go back there for the summer. And then I'm also in the same Baseball United League. The actual full season will be, I believe it's October, and that's like it's a winter ball.
Right.
So I'll be back in Dubai playing for a month or so. So that's the plan.
Sweet. And Jalen, that's really all I have for you. But again, guys, that right there is my guest, Jalen Garcia. Before we do end the video, someone asked me what how did I really connect with Jalen, and I'll explain. I was the away clubby. I met a lot of great coaches, a lot of great friends, but Jalen was definitely one of them. I'll always forget. I'll always remember sitting in before a game. I was on the bench in the dugout with my phone, and Lord and behold, Jalen came up to me and always wanted to keep in contact. Something, guys, but yeah, I mean, guys, you know, you never know who you'll meet at the ballpark, including an away player. Jalen was one of the best. And Jalen, thank you so much. I miss you, man. When we play Billings, man, I really miss seeing your name out there. But thank you so much for taking this opportunity um, tonight for this interview.
You betcha, man. Thank you for having me. It was a blast, and I miss you too.
I miss you too. All right, that right there, guys, is my guest tonight, Jalen Garcia, former Billings Mustangs, and I have officially made an announcement tonight. My breaking news announcement for this channel: we will be having T-shirts and hoodies made. Uh, in the future, we will also have hats made on the channel as well. So if you ever want some of that, you always know where to find me. We will have a website later for that. But in the meantime, guys, that right there is my next episode for tonight. Jalen Garcia. Again, Jalen, thank you. My next guest is coming up, and that will be none other than Idaho's own and current Boston Red Sox, Zach Penrod. He will be my next guest. I believe that interview is set for next week at some point. But until next time, James, thank you so much. Appreciate it once again. And I wish you the best of luck this season.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
All right. Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you once again. Have a safe rest of your Thursday night. Tomorrow is Friday. Remember that. And tomorrow we got a big announcement on the channel as well. But again, guys, that is my guest tonight on Main Event Baseball with Ryan, Jalen. See ya.